Before I get into this video, I wanted to read a couple humorous but true comments from some of you guys under the last video entitled, "This Cop May Go to Jail for Life." That's where police thug Amber Geyer walked into Botham Jean's apartment, allegedly thinking it was her apartment, pointed a gun at him, pulled the trigger, and ended his life. Rich Monk says, how is it that a police officer never walks into the wrong house by mistake and kills a sitting senator or congressman? And that's a good question. Josh Hopp wrote, "Damn it, I did it again. I accidentally walked into my neighbor's house again by accident and shot the owner. Oops." And that's pretty much the attitude they have about some of these cops they let off the hook who kill people in broad daylight on camera. One True God said, "Who the heck walks into the wrong apartment thinking it's your own? She must have been drunk or high. Then to shoot someone? She should be locked up for life. This is so sad." And I agree. Tony Moravi wrote, "Brian, I work for a private company in California that equips police vehicles with sirens, lights, radios, decals. I was disgusted to find out that the departments we work with spend $30 million a year on their vehicle accessories alone. This is one company that works with 5 or 6 departments. Meanwhile, our government indoctrination centers, known as public schools, don't have budgets to buy books and school supplies to give the kids a decent education. It's horrifying what this country has become. Thought I'd share this info with you and the viewers. Might be interesting for some of you guys. I can't even fathom $30 million for police accessories. But they are perfecting their robbery craft. A couple weeks ago when I was pulled over, the badged revenue generator had this fancy handheld computer with a stylus and LED screen, and he printed out my ticket right there at my window. It's almost like I was sitting in a Sonic drive-thru, only I wasn't being served food, I was being robbed under the implied threat of force. Then he impounded my car because I questioned his authority. But that's a story and possibly a video for another day. Gregory Apple wrote, "The Stanford prison experiment is a perfect psychological explanation for the seduction of power and justification of abuse. It explains why cops do what they do." And that would make an interesting video coupled with the Milgram experiment. If you guys want me to put that together, let me know in the comments section below. Okay, let's talk about New York State Senate Bill 9191. Rex Kalubra asked me to give my take on it and sent me this link that leads to a video entitled "Social Media Background Checks for Gun Licenses" by Liberty Doll. And I just want to say props to her because she did a really good job presenting the material. If you guys think about it, check out her channel and tell her High Impact TV sent you. SB 9191 should be called Senate Bill 5150 because the guy who came up with this crap is a lunatic for proposing it. But then anybody who thinks they have the moral right to call their handwritten opinions laws is a psychopath in serious need of immediate attention. People are calling 9191 the bill that's set to destroy the Bill of Rights in an effort to stop mass shootings. First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment, 14th Amendment, our rights are in jeopardy from this one bill. If you guys haven't noticed by now, the Bill of Rights are gone. Do you think the TSA cares about your Fourth Amendment right? As they're feeling up your family, radiating you, and x-raying your luggage at the airport? You think the cop who just kicked down your door because he's got a warrant to search your house or your car gives a damn that there's a Fourth Amendment? I just got banned for 2 weeks from my other YouTube account for exposing people who are exploiting kids. You think people care about my First Amendment right to say what I want? Look how big the federal government is and how much territory they control. You think they pay attention to a 10th Amendment scribbled on a 240-year-old piece of parchment? Your rights only go as far as the strength and patience of your oppressor. If they want you in a cage, you'll be in a cage. If the IRS wants to garnish your wages, or if the county wants to put a lien on your house because you didn't pay your property taxes, guess what? We can't call ourselves free. We're slaves. Slaves who sing, "O'er the land of the free and the home of the..." yeah, whatever. You know who's got rights? The ruling class. They have rights. The law enforcers. They have rights. They act as the true sovereign individuals on this planet. State Senate Bill 9191, introduced by Democrat State Senator Kevin Parker, mandates, quote, "social media and search engine reviews prior to the approval of an application or renewal of a license to carry or possess a pistol or revolver. requires a person applying for a license to carry or possess a pistol or revolver or a renewal of such license to consent to having his or her social media accounts and search engine history reviewed and investigated for certain posts and or searches over a period of 1 to 3 years prior to the approval of such application or renewal. Who the hell do these people think they are? The bill stems from recent mass shooters who had social media histories and contained disturbing patterns. Fox noted that police could investigate, quote, commonly known profane slurs used or biased language used to describe race, national origin, ancestry, gender, religion, disability, or sexual orientation, threatening health or safety of another person, or an act of terrorism. Do you guys realize how broad and vague all that is? In other words, you will be preempted from obtaining any kind of New York gun permit, whether for concealed carry or possession, if you say stupid things on social media or if you browse for the wrong kind of content, in someone else's opinion. Another problem arises because they're going to require applicants to give logins and passwords for all social media accounts and the browser you use. Take, for example, a person who searches information on different situations for their job. That search history might include things that alarm an outsider, but are necessary for research. What if that person had to look up the accounts of killers or on various social media platforms and look up historical facts about a killer, for example? Would that keep them from obtaining a gun permit? It would depend on who's looking at it. In other words, the opinion of another individual. What I'd like to have them do is to make the search histories of cops, judges, lawyers, and politicians available for public viewing. Now, wouldn't that be a sight? Paul McQuillan, director of the Buffalo chapter of the New Yorkers Against Gun Violence, said, "There should be more restrictions on how guns are purchased. We should have more background checks. We've obviously seen some of the mass shooters have a social media history that should have sent red flags. That anyone could look at a crime and turn around and spy on or punish others who had nothing to do with that crime and require them to divulge private information before they, the ruling class, feels confident enough to allow you, as though they were your parent, to have the means to defend yourself or even own a firearm is funny farm level insanity." Remember, I don't care if we're talking about this bill or that one or the Constitution itself. Laws are merely the written opinions of politicians backed by the threat of force. SB 9191 is not really a proposed law, it's a proposed opinion. And opinions are like stinky buttholes. Everybody's got one, but you really don't want everybody to know about it. And law enforcers really aren't law enforcers. They're opinion enforcers. It's a politician's opinion that you shouldn't own a certain plant. It's a politician's opinion that you need to submit to a background check before purchasing the property of another person, that property being a firearm. It's a politician's opinion that you need a tag on your personal vehicle before you take it out on the road that was funded by theft. So what I think about SB 9191 is that the guy who hatched the idea needs to be locked away in a padded cell or sent to the front lines of the next war he signs off on. What do you guys think about a proposal to relinquish your social media accounts and browsing history before your political overlords grant you their permission to own a firearm? Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comments section below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Guys, thanks for watching. I create at least one new video every day. If you get something out of this content and you want to be alerted when I upload new material, subscribe to High Impact Vlogs, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. Because the specter of censorship and termination looms over channels like mine, be sure to subscribe to my free private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. And if you think it's worth helping the cause of truth here on this channel, you can support my work on Patreon or PayPal, or you can grab a hard-hitting shirt from the most politically incorrect shirt store on the planet. There are over 100 kick-ass designs, and I'm adding new ones every week. All these links are in the description and in the pinned comment. Remember, don't just believe anything and keep questioning everything. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored video.